In 1996, during her marriage to Tommy Lee and her hit TV show Baywatch, Pam starred in the low-budget feature Barbed Wire.
A girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do.
Pam played a sexy bounty hunter, mercenary nightclub owner living in the only free city in an America of the future that has been ravaged by a second civil war. At the time, Pam was feeling a bit ravaged herself.
I was doing Baywatch, I was doing Home Improvement, I was doing Barbed Wire, I was pregnant. I had a miscarriage and I got pregnant again, and I just was married and Tommy was on the set every day. Don't do a movie when you're having a relationship. No, don't do a movie. What was my first time I was ever doing anything like that, and I bit off more than I could chew. He was a little disruptive on the set, and he was with his friends in the trailer, and they wouldn't allow me to sleep, and it was like I was sleep deprived, and I was 90 pounds, and I was like, I couldn't focus on what I was doing.
To promote the film, Pam hit the Cannes Film Festival dressed in a skin-tight catsuit.
And then when I went to Cannes, it was such an explosive experience, and boats were running into each other. Like, I remember being on the boat going, is anybody gonna be there when I get there? Like, why are we doing a boat entrance? I'm so embarrassed, and I just get there, and all of a sudden the whole thing was just covered with photographers, and I was like, I was in shock. It was this big sensation, and you can only go downhill from there.
You'll see the #1 player in the world, Pete Sampras. Take on the flamboyant and always popular Andre Agassi.
Move aside and let the man go through. Let the man go through. Move aside and let the man go through. Let the man go through.
We're all so beautiful. You're so sexy. Work it, work it.
I'm in charge of wardrobe. It's a cycle of finding all the interesting things to come up with the final look for performances. They wanted a particular flavor for this show.
Like, so great for your kind of costume.
I chose the things for Tara that I chose because she's a really vivacious skater. So I wanted her to be really a lot funkier than America probably would have ever see her. It's a lot less costumey. It's a bit more real. Sky is such an incredible personality. Her outfits are really, I think, evident of who she really is. They're quite sexy, they're quite funky, and they're a little bit out there. I was very excited to work with Kurt. I think he's an incredible performer on ice. So it's going to be really interesting to see this completely different hip-hop look on him, which at times goes a bit hard. It almost looks like he could be a rapper. And he pulls it off so brilliantly. I chose what I chose for Nicole Bobek because she has such an aggressive personality. I think she's the toughest, kind of coolest chick out of them all. If she wasn't a skater, I think she'd be in a rock band.
Groovy, baby. Turn it out.
This is a whole different domain for you. It's ice. Cool girl. You rock. It's a really unique situation to see the skaters interpret hip-hop music. So the look that I'm trying to accomplish by doing this will probably bridge the connection.
A fierce, tenacious competitor, Ben Hogan dedicated his life to golfing perfection. His tireless preparation led him to a pair of PGAs and a U.S. Open before a near-fatal car accident in 1949. Showing unparalleled resolve and battling constant pain, Hogan regained his form to win 6 more majors.
Nobody ever concentrated like Ben did, and nobody ever worked hard at the game. He invented practice. Guys knew how to go out and hit a few balls, but they didn't know how to go out there and hit them for 6 hours a day. And he just outworked everybody.
You got the impression that he was going to make the ball behave come hell or high water. He was very analytical in whatever he did. and his powers of concentration were completely off the charts.
Over the years, he has been woven into golf's tapestry as the standard by which all other players are measured. His record of 18 professional major championships affirms his greatness. Jack Nicklaus, our pick is golf's greatest player and certainly one of the greatest athletes in history.
His record is so fantastic as far as what he has done and what he's won that there's no denying Jack Nicklaus and his game, and I think that all the players in the field were aware of that.
Well, there's no question that Jack is recognized as the greatest player that ever lived. He's won 18 professional majors, and to me that's really impressive.
It's a real treasure to know that we've lived in a time where we've been able to watch Jack Nicklaus, and it's been wonderful to know that you're watching the greatest golfer we've ever had.
As Stars on Ice celebrates its 18th birthday, we celebrate Stars on Ice with a nostalgic look back at its great moments and the many skating legends that made those moments happen. An all-time Stars on Ice cast photo would show champions spanning 8 Olympic Games and quite a few generations of the sport. I was one of the lucky skaters to have toured with this amazing family, and I will cherish my memories on and off the ice forever. Today, we honor this family, this Stars on Ice legacy, and we'll take a look at the tour's future. A sneak preview of the 2004 Smucker's Stars on Ice Tour. This year's tour theme is Time and was conceived and choreographed by Christopher Dean, Olympic champion. It is directed by Chris and Jeff Billings.
The culture and traditions of Puerto Rico are continuously reflected through its music and songs. A combination of Spanish, African, and Taíno musical influences contributed to create a diversity of style and sound. From the rhythmic bomba, music, song, and dance combined in an expression of independence, and the narrative folk songs of the plena, to the sounds of salsa, the music of Puerto Rico has a beat and soul of its own. The cuatro, a 10-string variation of the Spanish guitar, is one of the musical instruments unique to Puerto Rico. With its graceful Baroque body, resonance, and pitch, the cuatro has been revered for decades as the national instrument of Puerto Rico and comes to life in the hands of guitarists like Yomo Toro and Maso Rivera. Throughout the last century, the musicians of Puerto Rico have influenced the world. Rafael Hernandez and Pedro Flores epitomize the classic bolero style and have inspired singers such as Mirtha Silva, Danny Rivera, Ruth Fernandez, Bobby Capó, and Daniel Santos. The most widely known and influential form of Puerto Rican music today is, undoubtedly, the salsa, or spice of life. It was fully developed in New York City as a complex musical genre. One of the first great salsa musicians was Tito Puente, known as El Rey, or the King of Mambo. There have been many others that have added their own unique flavors to the genre. Hector Lavoe, Ismael Rivera, Rafael Cortijo, and El Gran Combo are just a few. Today, Puerto Rico's influence on the popular music scene continues with a new generation of stars like Ricky Martin, Jennifer Lopez, Fat Joe, Cheyenne, Fiel a la Vega, Tego Calderón, and Mark Anthony. The music and songs of Puerto Rico express the passion and color of a rich culture throughout the world.
Bomba.